What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. The $10,000 targeted Eidl advance is opening up to more people in June. Happy Hump Day, May the 26th, 2021. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag video, your comments below, and holy shit. Are you watching what happened in this 2-hour House Committee for Small Business over on Twitter at TrySmallBiz? That's again, at TrySmallBiz. I'll include a link pinned in the top of this YouTube video if you want to go through it. I haven't had enough time to watch the whole thing, but my goodness, there's a lot in there. Try about Eidl loan forgiveness. What? Eidl loan forgiveness? Who's been talking about that for the last 12 months? Are the caps going back to $2 million and real soon? What did Isabel Guzman say? And I'm going to show you the clip in about 5 minutes. You tell me, is she saying that it's going to be for new people that applied after December 27's cutoff? Or is it the Holy Grail? The reporters are telling us it's the Holy Grail, but I can't make that promise to you right now. So I'm going to play the video for you, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to listen real carefully, because if you ask me, you can flip a coin. She's very crafty with the words that she uses, but it's very clear that Miss Isabel Guzman, head administrator at the SBA, very clearly says that next month when we launch TrySmallBiz.com to help grow your small biz, she's opening up the targeted Eidl advance because 96% of the funds, $29 billion plus, are still there after 4 months because they've only funded 109,000 people. So, dear God, please have the reporters that we're talking to on Twitter be right, because according to their what they're calling back channel discussions with the SBA, it's in fact for the middle income community. So look, I'm not making that promise. I'm going to show you the clip. It'll be pinned in the top, but I want to quickly let everybody know, if you're not following me on Twitter or the community wall on YouTube, I signed my loan docs today. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, the moral of the story is I have been declined twice in the past 37 days. I had to go through reconsideration. It was an absolute fiasco. But ever since I talked to the Tier 2 supervisor, she notated my account, and then I wrote a letter of recommendation that the SBA responded to me on. Everything started to fall in place. They asked me yesterday to send in hazard insurance and the resolution of the board, which is basically a 3-sentence letter where it says, we had a meeting on such and such date. I am authorized as founder and CEO of Remote Sales to accept a loan for the amount. Yada, yada, yada. It's very self-explanatory. And then I used the division of Berkshire Hathaway to get $1 million policy. It cost me about $825. You can do monthly payments if you have a credit or a debit card. You don't have to get that much, but I wanted to be overinsured, so the SBA had no reason to decline me, because if they would have, it would have been 4 times, because I tried last year to get a reconsideration for increase and they denied me. So the SBA has shown me no favoritism, but it is possible, especially after the fact that my loan officer said I'm going to get my docs in 2 or 3 days. I got them in 16 hours. So in less than 48 hours, they got me approved. They got me through legal, and I signed my loan docs in less than 48 hours. So some of you, and we saw it yesterday, it's very unfortunate. Oh, they're just playing favorites. Or another asshole said, oh, you cheated. I don't think so, pal. I am playing by the book. But it is possible, because of all the hell that I've been raising on your behalf, especially on Twitter, that they said, you know what? Let's throw this guy a bone. Let's try to settle his ass down, because he's causing a shitload of problem. Because in case you haven't heard, the Christian white group beat the SBA in Texas last week in the court of law. And now you got all these strip clubs, including the one in Chicago, the name escapes me, that are beating the SBA in the court of law this week. So look, they're in big fucking trouble over there. And after today's session, which is 2 hours long, she took an absolute beating, particularly, but not exclusive, to the Republicans, because Janet Yellen did not show up, required by law. That's twice where she gave them the big fuck you. You know, Secretary Mnuchin wasn't popular, especially on the left, but the guy always showed up when he was supposed to be there, and he stood in front of the firing squad when necessary. But Janet Yellen, not once now, but twice, has refused to testify in the Senate and now the House committee. She's basically breaking the law. The kind of stuff that would lock you and I up, she's going, I don't think so. You know why? It's an all blue administration, and someone's telling grandma, and no disrespect to her age, actually a little bit of disrespect there because she's starting to piss me off. Someone told her, you don't have to go testify. The hell with the House committee, even though it's run for the most part by Democrats. But I got to say something. So look, I know I'm trying to get out of here and enjoy a few days off. I'll probably do a video, perhaps in the park, but I want to get away from my work because I got to be rested and ready to go in June, because not only are some of you about to get access to a targeted Eidl advance, you're going to see that in a second, but we're going to launch this business. It's going to turn into a mobile app. We're going to have a cruise, probably not next year, but definitely by 2023 in the Caribbean. And half to 2/3 of the cost will be covered by yours truly and the sponsors we recruit to get you and your significant other on a boat for 4 or 5 days with me. My goodness, are you guys looking forward to that? All right, without further ado, I don't know if it's favoritism or the fact that I think I called the Tier 2 supervisor. Watch the videos. All right, in today's clip, you're going to see Nydia Velasquez, who I copy and tag on just about every single post. This woman has enormous power in the House Committee for Small Business. She's the equivalent of Big Ben Cardin in the Senate. So she's doing a handoff to Representative Phillips in Minnesota. And I got to tell you, the Eidl loan forgiveness, I can't remember the guy's name. He was an African-American guy out of Minnesota. It's like I gave him the script. He basically said, we've been through a lot in the last 12 months. These people were forced into lockdown through no fault of their own. They should not be required to pay back this loan. Who's been telling you guys that now for the last year? The good news about this is I've got a half a dozen new friends that I'm going to be following in the House on both sides of the aisle. The state of Minnesota cleaned up in this 2-hour hearing, Democrats and Republicans. And by goodness, did you guys see the Republican guy in Texas? The guy who wrote the bill on the venue grant, the portal that crashed? I mean, he just tore Isabel Guzman apart. It was painful to watch. But she was forced to ask, as some of you said on Twitter, answer questions that Janet Yellen was supposed to answer on tax reform and capital gains and all that other stuff. So poor Isabel, for an hour's worth of 2 hours, well, I can't really, I'll have to get back to you on that. Well, that's not really in my area of expertise. It was painful. But here comes the clip. I want you to listen very, very carefully. Is she saying it's opening up to people that applied after December 27, meaning new? Or is this finally the moment that this channel and everybody else has been fighting for? I really don't know. I have watched this 15 times and I go back and forth. The good news is, and I don't want to release his name, but one of the guys who was tweeting throughout the entire 2-hour show, he's a reporter. You've seen me talk with him on Twitter. His back channel discussion with the SBA is that it's going to be opened up to those in middle income communities. That's not a guarantee, but that's what he's telling us. He asked that we not release his name today until they can confirm this. So without further ado, you're going to see Nydia Velasquez, who's the chairwoman of the House Committee, hand off to Representative Phillips, who then asks Miss Isabel Guzman a question that you might have been waiting 13 months to hear. Someday I'll get fancy so I can do the screen share. When we launch the business next month, I'm going to get a studio. I'm going to have a podcast. I'm going to get a 4K. I don't even know what a fucking 4K camera setup, but it's going to be fancy. All right. Here's Nydia Velasquez handing off to Representative Phillips, who is from the state of Minnesota.
The gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Phillips, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome, Ms. Guzman. All of us are hearing about the current programs, PPP, EIDL, not meeting the needs of certain heavily impacted small business industries, fitness and wellness being a good example. Has the SBA considered recommendations to this committee on some alternative solutions, perhaps to buoy these small businesses?
We do, we hope to continue to serve on PPP until it's over the smallest of the small businesses, and including those highly impacted industries referenced. And so we do believe that there's opportunity to access that program as it was opened up more for sole proprietors and independent contractors to change the way that we assess the dollar amounts of that program. So I do believe that's still an opportunity. In addition, of course, we have the targeted Eidl Advance program that we have been pushing out. There are specific eligibility requirements across that program, but in early June, we will be opening up that program more broadly to all those in the eligible categories outside of those who previously applied for Eidl Advance. And so we think that's another opportunity to support these underserved businesses, impacted industries that still need relief.
Okay, and Ms. Guzman, any...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me in the comments, did she just say broader categories? Is that code word for middle and high income communities? Are we finally, because of all the relentless scorched earth pressure that I, Speak and See, Rod Squad, Dan over at Allegedly, Aubrey Janik, Builder, Ryder over at Skip, Max Maher, and many others that Purple Power, meet Kevin, although he's running for governor now. What a PR stunt that is. Maybe I should run for president of the United States. I might actually have a shot. But ladies and gentlemen, I will pin this. I'm serious. I might have a shot. If Arnold Schwarzenegger can do it and Ronald Reagan, come on now. Did she just say it? Tell me in the comments. I think it's very possible she just said she's opening it up to more people because as we learned in the 2-hour show, oh my goodness, they've only funded about $1 billion. So $29 billion after 4 months is still sitting there. 109,000 people out of millions that applied have been paid. And she also said they have $263 billion of unspent Eidl. The caps are going back to $2 million. But what she did not answer, at least I didn't see it yet, I'll watch it again, is are you going to get access to that $2 million if you're doing 24 months of working capital? I don't know. It's probably going to be 2 tranches of money. You're going to go up to the $500,000 now, and then at some point next month when she indicated the caps were going to $2 million, you'll get another bucket up to the $2 million mark. So look, the bottom line is this. Every fucking thing that I have been running my mouth about nonstop, especially on Twitter in the last couple of months, because that's where all the decision makers, all the reporters, all the staff are, it might actually be coming home to roost. Because not only do we have lawsuits going in our favor, we have congressmen and women of both sides of the aisle in today's session talking about Eidl loan forgiveness, $2 million caps. And did she just say, finally, those of you that are in middle and high income communities that have been excluded because of the parameters that she just mentioned, are you finally going to get the fucking money that you were promised in the CARES Act? Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments. Always remember, I love each and every single one of you. And thank you so much for watching.